All right, people. This message is for someone by the name of Tkrpain. I'm sorry, but I deleted your message somehow. And I couldn't get back on your page. I'm using my mobile, so everything's a little bit like limited. Okay. But this is for you in particular, mate, because I don't want to like not answer anybody. So you know, and it's for anybody else that believes in this like alien thing. Okay. Right. It's evident we're seeing things all over the place. Right. It's evident we're seeing all this. I'm not saying that there is not any life or projects on different planets and what have you. Certainly, immediately within this solar system, Lucifer's been like doing his DNA splicing, you know, abducting people without permission, etc., etc. Look at the Eisenhower administration, right? Before we go any further, right? I am not in any religion. In fact, they make me sick. Okay, because what's happening now is that they've all been either infiltrated from the start or infiltrated now, right? They've all been corrupted, right? But I've got a high regard for God, and isn't it weird how all these like demons and all these aliens shoot off within a split second as soon as you mention Jesus, and that is a valid point. Now, it doesn't matter what you call me. It doesn't matter what anybody says to me or how rude somebody wants to be. You weren't rude, mate. You weren't rude. You just said that I should wake up. That's nothing. You want to hear some of the crap I've had off like some of these new age people. Okay? You know, it's nothing. Right? It doesn't matter what anybody calls me, because at the end of the day, these bastards are going to be responsible for your demise. Right? And they don't care. They don't care what happens to you, really. They've got a hidden agenda. All Satan wants is to be worshipped, right? I don't want to worship the pleb. Why does he expect people to give him the vote? Well, he's done that much evil now. He ain't going to come out and go, hi, my name's Lucifer. I like child molesting and burning kids and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Bow down before me, right? He's going to have a different agenda, right? And if you look at prophecy, it's starting to unfold. Damascus, Isaiah 17:1. It's getting turned to rubble. It's never been done before in history. They've just evacuated 1 million people out of Syria. The Economist, February the 2nd, has the article. It shows you all the areas where they took all these people out that amount to 1 million. Right? They probably took more since. But that was in the Economist paper. Okie doke. Right, religion, no. Even the Pope, the Vatican, and all the rest of them, look, they're all in on it as well. They're all in on it. They want to baptise them. Okay? Right? And Knights of Malta, Vatican equals Knights of Malta. Jehovah's Witnesses, Charles Taze Russell, 33-degree Freemason, Knights Templar, who's also involved in Knights of Malta. Knights of Malta and Knights Templar. And he had their little logos on their watchtower when he was around in the earlier times, on the onset of their religion. It's always like, you'll always try to dig around and you'll find a Freemason behind it. You'll hear New World Order, you'll see a pyramid, you'll see esoteric, you'll see consciousness. If I hear that word one more time, I'm just going to explode, all right? I'm trying to watch my P's and Q's because this thing makes me swear. Not you, sweetheart, not you. Right? Them lot. I've had enough experience, right, to tell you what they are like. Look at Aleister Crowley. He had little minor demons. He had minor ranking demons, and he called them all up at the time, all the time. Jimmy Page bought his house like up in Scotland. We went past the place. Wasn't going to call him for a coffee. And at some point, he decided he wanted one of the higher ranking demons to come. And he got him, called him them. I've heard one or two say they called him something else, but like most, in all my research, they've all stated that he nicknamed him Lamb. Okay. He drew a picture of him, Aleister Crowley did, and guess what he looked like? This major demon that he spent half his life conjuring up, and he had to do a lot of damage to all these like kids. It looked like a grey, right? It looked exactly like a grave. And I remember that guy probably didn't even believe in aliens. He was just interested in his occult, well, not necessarily occult, but satanic rituals, basically, and, orgies and that is required from him before you can conjure up anything. You can't have everything else and not have, like, your debauched sex going on as well. So he requires it all. They just make me sick. I've had experience. I've had enough experience to tell you or anybody else that these guys, no. They're out of order. Look at the Eisenhower administration. That is really important. Eisenhower. It was a Grenada Treaty, right? They're liars. They're renowned to be liars. And what are they going to do? Oh, it's not us. That was the Greys, and that was the reptilians, and that was it. They would do. Right? They've got their hands caught with got their hands caught in a cookie jar, right? And it's going, it wasn't me. It was him. It's not us. It's not us with the funny eyes and the flipping, pale skin or the long blonde haired, just walked out of a salon style. No. Oh, right, yeah, it was the other ones. Or you get another lot coming up going, oh, it's the Greys, it's the Greys. Look, they're all out of order. They're all out of order. Certainly what is coming here in our airspace and what they've got on the Moon and Mars and probably other planets as well is DNA experiments. They always take your DNA samples. That's just a starting point. Then you've got to see what else they do when they're butchering people and flinging them on the frigging roofs, yeah? You're telling me these are friendly little guys? They're crying out loud, man, you know what I mean? They're going to kill you. They're going to destroy you in the end. They're going to be responsible for your death. It doesn't matter what you call me, it's beyond that. It's so beyond that, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how mad you get at me, right? These bastards are going to kill you. They're going to be responsible for your demise. They're going to make everything look so cushy. They're going to make everything look so good. But you will find out, yeah? You will find out. All of you people that believe that these are little friendly guys like these aliens, they're demonic, mate. They're demonic. Isn't it funny how they have to snake around behind the scenes and then just like grab people and like skin them alive? And you know what? They've done tests on these people who are abducted and butchered. You see what? Just look up and see what they've done when they've abducted like humans and mutilated them. You try and tell me that's friendly, and then they just go and say, oh, but that's the so-and-so races. That is no, you're all lying bastards. And isn't it strange they all come up like, they'll have like a satanic star or, you've got the pentagrams and pentagons and all the rest of the crap that comes with it. I mean, we're even taught at school that a star's got 5 points. Look into the universe as a star. Does it look like a star has 5 points? We're taught at school that it has 5 points. A twinkle, twinkle, little star. It's got 5 points. No, take a look out there. You get a nice little flipping megascope and you come back to me and tell me that a star's got 5 sides to it. What star has 5 sides and 6 sides? They are to call in demonic entities. And this is what we're taught at school, that they are stars. Yeah, they're fallen stars. I'm just sick of it all. We've all been indoctrinated all the way down the line to accept this crap. I've had to do this video because my head is exploding. I've had run-ins with this lot. It doesn't matter what you say to me because I know what I've been through. I know what's chased them away. Yeah, and it's worked every time. Just look around you, patch it all together, see what was going on, see what the governments are interacting with, what the game plan is, and look at their little bits of insignia that they use and all their the image of the beast, etc. You'll see that in a bit. I don't know whether it's going to be the Galactic Federation logo or I've seen that. I don't know. There's going to be an image, so just look out for it because you'll see within that that you'll see like all their symbols that they use. You'll see something that's to do with either the pyramid, the star, the 6-pointed and 5-pointed star. Goat and Mendes star. Like, why does he want to look like a goat for anyway? Right. No, it's not just down to religion, because I haven't got a religion, but I know God's been very active in my life, and His Son is coming back to sort this problem out. And these lot are going to use the excuse that when the real Jesus comes, that He's the bad alien, He's the one that's been doing all the damage. He's going to get accused of doing all the stuff that they've been doing. Yeah? So that you won't turn around even at the nick of time, and right at the end, you won't even turn around and say, oh, right, okay, yeah, we've sussed it now. You know what I mean? They're doing that. They're not stupid. Do you think Satan's going to go out without a fucking game plan? Sorry, I swore there. Sorry. I'll really try hard not to. This is one of the things that makes me swear. You think he's just going to sit around on his backside until all this is like blown over? No, he's got a card game, right? He's got a game plan. He ain't going to go out like saying he's evil, come and bow down to him. Is he now? Do you think when somebody goes round and shoots a load of people, or I don't know, eats somebody's face or what have you, and actually that one where they were into cannibalism, like people were, they were definitely taken over by evil spirits, because there was accounts in the Bible where people had stripped off before they started going loopy, yeah, and it's a similar account. These guys, they're eating people's faces and eggs or what have you, yeah, they're all stripped off before they went and done it. So there was something in there that's like characteristic. It's the same kind of thing that they did. So you've got to look up Aleister Crowley, look up all these people that are going on about, like, you've got like Alice Bailey, Madame Blavatsky, Albert Pike, Hitler. Look at what Hitler was doing, what he was involved with. I think he was meant to, he fancied himself as some kind of antichrist and wanted to raid the Vatican as well, but he's evidently not the antichrist, and it was sending him loopy. A lot of them were loopy. Then you have, talking of Hitler, you've got the Stephen Greer press conference, okay? I looked at the full version. I analysed every word that everybody said. Not one person turned around and said, guys, they're demons. Not one person gave that as a possibility. The whole agenda, I mean, that whole press conference was to get everybody to believe that they were alien and that we want a disclosure. We get your disclosure. You look at that and you got Carol Rossing, okay? I don't know if I pronounced it right, but English is a very, very poor language. Carol Rossing, right, okay? She was a 6th grade school teacher. Next thing you know, she's director of Fairchild Industries, which is what company? Look it up. Then you find out that in between time, since she was a 6th grade teacher, she was hanging around with Vernon von Braun. Who's Vernon von Braun? Right? She's one of the guys. She's one of the main people at this press conference. Everyone keeps playing that clip. She's got like real frizzy blonde hair. Grey, blonde, mixed, I don't know. And she was saying, oh yeah, it's all a lie, this alien invasion, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it is. The whole thing is a lie. Okay? But she's not saying that. She's going, she's letting that little bit out that there could be aliens and that there's a good alien batch, and a bad alien batch. Isn't it funny who she was knocking around with? I bet you most of them people were knocking around with these like Nazi war criminals that never faced their crimes, and in fact they were employed by flipping America. NASA, come over here and work for us, dude. You know what I mean? They were all bloody insane. They were all insane, man. You know what I mean? You've got Vernon von Braun. He goes over there. He's like Hitler's flipping one of Hitler's main guys. And he slips through the net. It's like, how come all the rest of them had to face war crimes except for him and all the other guys that got out of there? There was a whole batch of them that did. I suppose I just had to make examples of some of them to make themselves look good. Oh, you're in a just system. We will put them on trial. It's like, well, look at her. Look who look who she was hanging around with. Look who Hitler was hanging around with, or what he was hanging around with. He had all those disc-shaped crafts. He had about like 13 different prototypes, and I think the combination of him killing the Jews, he was trying to stop prophecy. Do you know what I mean? Because he thought if he could kill the Jews, he could stop the prophecy. Well, it was bad luck for him because in 1948, Israel became a nation. So you can tell there was something in there, definitely, the time of the Second World War, what he was doing, what happened after that. You know, you could tell he was trying to prevent that. And was he trying to pull off this fake alien agenda? Yeah, quite possibly. He had all the craft. He had all the craft. The BBC wanted to do a film about it. It was in the Sun newspaper, you know, and he buried all of his scientists alive in the unit, like, so probably quite a messy job, but they want to do a film there based on it. And, oh boy, you know, look at Jack Parsons, look at Hitler, look at Carol Rosin. Look at what these guys were up to, what they believed in, the substance, what it actually was. Then go and look at what Galactic Federation of Lucifer keeps telling you. Yeah? Yeah, draw your parallels. Draw those parallels. This is like so deep, and I am not speaking lightly about this. I've been through these experiences. I know what's going on. I can say categorically I know what's going on because I've been through enough to know. Okay, and I seriously, Tkrpain, I really hope that you don't carry on, or you just find out what the truth is, because I don't want them to hurt you, man. I don't want them to hurt you, you know. But I suppose if there's someone like me trying to like tell you what the real crack is, they're gonna like probably treat you like a little queen or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Or prince. I can't remember if you're male or female. I think you're female. You know, just to make everybody like us look bad. Like, oh, yeah, they're lying, definitely. You know, they've got like little projects, you know. Why do you think they're hanging around all these like nuclear bases and all these disasters and things like that? You know, they don't want it destroyed because they have a vested interest in not having it destroyed because they want to take over. Who do the government worship? What are the government linked to? What do they do every year in Bohemian Grove? What are their ideas? Now who's pushing this agenda? Why have they been going to war with Iraq and it was all a lie, etc., etc.? They're gathering the 10 horns together, written in the Bible. 10 horns of 10 kingdoms. That's why they're going over there, ripping it apart and saying, yeah, we could rebuild your country as long as you abide by UN sanctions. No smoke without fire, mate. No smoke without fire. Why do you think they're doing it? Hey, why do you think they're doing it? For the good of their health? Just because they want to spend all of the taxpayers' money? Yeah, they're draining the economy by design for the mark of the beast, for a cashless currency. It's on its way. And they'll bring the banks down. So, yeah, if you do happen to have any money, stick it in a local account where you live. Because these big banks are going down. This is all part of it. It's been brought down by design. I mean, you know, they're selling 50 trillion fake bonds at any one time, you know what I mean? And it's like, this is no smoke without fire. You know, you can't tell me that they're not doing it by design when they've done all that. So they're letting all these students get into debt. That's just a small way of doing it. You've got real estate. Now, real estate, there's a lot of money in real estate at the moment. I mean, I'm in the security game, and I know it's a bit mercenary, but I know that I've got a job in the security game doing static, because if I do static, I do all these building sites, because the banks are draining the economy that way as well. So you buy your own, you get your loan. So that's taking it out all the time. And then they want to take it off you, right? At the end of the day, they've done it more in the States, but like I'm in the UK, but it won't be long before the UK follow suit. So for now, we're in the building side of it. We're sort of behind America in that particular sense. But in that sense, I've got a job security for the time being. Because, you know, they build. They're all into it. Build. Let them get loans. Let them get mortgages. Go on, bang, bang, bang. Give them the money. Go on. Give them the money. We want to drain the economy, you know what I mean? They'll give anybody a loan now. They'll give a street urchin a loan. Right. So we know that we're heading towards a cashless currency. Anybody that comes back and tries to tell me it's like the Sabbath, Sunday and Saturday mix-up and, you know, what have you, purposeful, like, you know, deliberate mix-up, then no, it's not. You can't buy or sell with Sunday. Yeah, and if it's in your right hand and you're on about purchasing on the day, then like, no. Because what if you're left-handed? You'd hand the money over with your left hand. So that's a load of rubbish. No, that's just not right. No, if you're left-handed, and a lot of people are, it'd be your left hand as well as your right hand. There's no option. It says in the Bible, like, it's in your right hand or in your forehead that you're going to get the mark. So it's not trading on a Sunday, because you could be left-handed and you'd hand your money over with the left hand in some cases. Just figuring it out. Just figuring it out. This is really going to hit the fan, and I'm getting really annoyed. Really trying to curb my swearing. I really am. It's like, I don't swear a lot, but I will. Sometimes, when I think these bastards are going to kill somebody, and if you're worried about anything like that, bastard is in the Bible on a number of occasions, because bastard means without father, and they're evidently without him, and now they've done it. Right? They've done the damage, so they are without father. They are bastards, and he's actually stated that himself, i.e. not bastards. And they've been like disobedient to him and saying, "Look, you've just lost your father now." So he's handed authority to his son, Jesus. Jesus is going to really kick some, like, you know, all these Christians like are waiting for Jesus to come back, like, that's a little hairdo and everything like that. We're going to get the fake Jesus. We're going to get a fake Antichrist, possibly. Probably a fake false prophet. I mean, Lucifer knows the Bible inside out, so he's going to have to pull it all off. So is Obama the fake Antichrist? Probably, because I think he's a tax raiser. The tax raiser in Daniel comes just before the vile person, the Antichrist. So he just raised the taxes on the 1st of January, but I think in the next couple of years he's going to really mess up America with the taxes. We'll probably follow suit. Everybody else is all like deep in the soil with it all anyway. So, look, it all puzzles up together. It all links up together. You need to look into it. I want you to promise me that you just dig and dig and dig and dig. They're clever. They're really clever. I'll give them that. But if you've got a game plan and you're evil and you want to take over everything worldwide and have everybody bow down to you, you're going to come up with a really good slick plan. A right paradigm changer, because that's the only way you're going to do it. Now, if this has happened before, I suspect it has. I don't know whether it was like an alien agenda that's happened before, but I think it's been somewhat like a similar ilk, where you've got like giants and stuff like that, and they're saying, you know, oh, we're kings, we're going to rule over you. We got connections with Orion and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Lucifer's had time. He's had time to go and stash whatever he wants on planets, to make things on the planets, to make it look like, you know, and the artifacts, yeah, because they would be that old. Because he was there making them and putting them all over the place, yeah. So they would be that old. They'd go, oh, this alien artifacts, things with cogs and things like that. And, you know, I mean, isn't it Solomon saying that there's nothing new under the sun? What has been will happen again. So this has happened. The freak DNA thing has happened before. And it's going to happen again. Well, it's happening again. But you look at that press conference, right? Okay? This disclosure press conference of Stephen Greer's, right? Dig up on every single one of those bastards and come back to me and tell me they've got no ill intent. Yeah? Find out who they were knocking around with. Are you telling me they're really nice people? Right? They're all part of it, mate. They're all part of it. You got to look it up. Just look the whole thing up. They're liars. They're renowned liars. Even people that don't believe in the Bible, they all say every time they've had an encounter, they lie. All they do is lie their way through their agenda. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it anymore, and this thing hasn't even started. But this is it. I'm leaving this message for you. I just beg you. I'm begging you, right, to do your history. You're digging up on it, on people's history, and find out who they all are, what they're all about. Knock my phone out of alignment. Find out what they all are about, what their history is, right? And you're going to find out they're not so fruity as you think. Okay? And all right, I'll even put it to you like this. Even if you just think I'm a fruitcake and I'm just like into the, what do they call it? Galactic Federation. I think it's duality they call it, but they're even into the Borg thing, which is even worse, singularity. They'll conjure you on that one. You'll be walking around like little zombies, but they'll be like effing you over and not even feeding you properly. But you're all right because you're in a haze of a daze. You've got the serpent wrapped around your chakras, so you'll be all right. You know what I mean? As far as you're concerned. But you just slowly dwindle out, and you'll probably die of starvation or something. Oh, for crying out loud. You'll look prosperous for a while, but you know, halfway through the tribulation, it's all going to kick off. He's going to like break the agreement with Israel and everything. This Antichrist, and it's all going to kick off. The Antichrist, who is he? Don't know, right? But you're going to know when you see him. Okay, you're going to know because he'll have this fixed paradigm with him as well, or he'll be seriously going along with it. It's going to cause the falling away. This is a strong delusion in the Bible. Yeah, it's going to cause the falling away. Because if you think about it, like you throw an alien paradigm at people, they think all these people are going to fall away. Like you go, oh, how come this wasn't in the Bible? But if you search carefully enough, you'll see it is. But there you go. You've all been warned. I mean, at the end of the day, just do your research. Yeah, I want you to sort of come out of the box and say, okay, she's a little bit of a loon, but let's just say, you know, I want to research, just say to yourself, I want to research the other side of it, just so you can relax in your opinion. But I want you to promise me that you do thorough research. Look up the Phil Snyder, look up where these people are connected to, who they're knocking around with, you know, their catchphrases, their little buzzwords that they keep using as well, and their symbology. You've got to get into a lot of people's experiences, if you've had any of your own experiences. So they might want to look like the good guys, but some people that don't all have like bad experiences. Yeah, so basically, if you don't want to do any of that, just do yourself one favour. If you ever get in any kind of crap with these lot, right? Or even if you don't, like, and you have one of them appear, right? Just mention Jesus and see what happens. Okay? Just mention Jesus. Just say, ask them if they know if Jesus exists. Alright? And just say, like, you know, I rebuke you in Jesus' name and watch, see what happens. Okay? I mean, I don't ask them no questions anymore. I don't ask them nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, I rebuke you in Jesus' name. Before I've even finished, they're out of there. They hear that guy's name and they're gone. So they fear him. They fear him, so Jesus exists. I mean, the remainder of the temple is still over there, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't turn around and say God didn't exist. Right, I'm going to leave you with that. It's funny how none of them will actually deny him. But there you go, they daren't deny him, but they're going to get their asses kicked anyway, okay? They're going to try and use heart against Jesus and everything, and God, they're going to try and, you know, use all these weapons that they've got. Anyway, I'm out of here, but like, just promise yourself that you'll do all your research, yeah, because like, it's all out there. It's all out there. It takes a lot of ferreting around. But if you don't want to do any of that, just try rebuking them in Jesus' name, see if they don't disappear. Alright, because they will. Now, I don't hate any of you at all, and my anger has only been towards them and them alone, not to you guys at all. Because I was taken in by it all at some point, you know what I mean? I was all into new energy and chakras and snake money. The snake was going to wrap around it. Who was the snake in the Garden of Eden? Her. And it's going to wrap around your chakras. Now that snake can stay back away from my flipping chakras. Okay? All right. Any Christians watching this, I'm sorry if I'm swearing. I'm just like... it's either like I've got a little smile on my face sometimes because it's facetious, or I'm dropping in the odd swear word because I'm absolutely mad at them. And I mean, I've seen it. I've had a guy in our life that's going around like with his eyes changing colour and like looking at a glass and smashing it, and looking at a person and making them fall over and then mash up their flipping ankles and stuff. You should be looking at them when he does it. He got with my daughter. Yeah, and you're looking at her from the age of 13. He's like, he's a real sinister guy. But, there's some weird stuff going on. When she had his first kid, like, you know what I mean? Her blood group totally changed. It just totally changed from like A positive to O negative. So there's something weird going on. There's something weird going on. I mean, I've had a lot of experiences, like, you know what I mean? But that guy was going around pretending he was such a good guy. He was such a good man. You know what I mean? Oh, he wants to help. He only wants to help. Oh, you're all right. You're all right. Oh, yeah. All right. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. And this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do. This is like the whole thing, It's like, the Bible says that they appear as an angel of light, marvel not. Okay? They could appear as something really beautiful, like, male, female. Wow, breathtaking. Really beautiful. Someone that got that power, like, but they're not. They're not nice. They're not nice at all. He can appear as an angel of light because he remembers what he used to look like. I think he's a bit evil. His face gets all contorted and everything now. It's probably why he's changed, or whether God actually said, look, your countenance is now different to what it was because you've changed. I don't want you to start walking around like that anyway. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he definitely looks different now. So, there's that. So, I mean, if prophecy's unfolding, then we're looking at this, like, all unfolding now. There's everything as well as in prophecy that's like well in line as never before. As I said, Damascus has never been like turned to a ruinous city before, ever. This, they've just moved a million people out of there. Like, what are they expecting? Hey, you don't move a million people out of a yard without flipping, suspicion that they're going to get hit with something, like maybe something major. Yeah, prophecy is unfolding, and these are bastards. So I close. And again, I apologise for any swearing, but I'm absolutely mad with them. I'm sick of them. Okay? Please get some researching, please, or just rebuke them in Jesus' name. Then come back to me and tell me what happened. Promise me that one thing. Okay? Promise me that one thing. No matter who they are, if they come up saying that lady, and just say, I rebuke you in Jesus' name, and let me know what happens. Okay? And if they don't disappear, right? Ask why. But they will. They'll disappear. They'll disappear, mate. Each and every time. See ya for now.